pornography addiction, okay? It's insane to me how many people they are suffering from pornography addiction and they can't break it. I suffered from pornography addiction, you know, from the time I was like from 11 years old until I was like 25, 26. And then of course it still lingers in the background, you know, intermittently, you know, maybe once every couple months or something it kicks in, but it's a very hard thing to conquer. But the crazy thing is how many people don't realize they're addicted, and they're stuck in delusion, and they're stuck in this like self-justification type of mentality. So people will leave comments on my video like, oh, I spanked the monkey to avoid testicular cancer. Like, you really don't need to be jacking off every day to avoid testicular cancer. That's a really stupid excuse. And you only say that shit because you lack the discipline, the willpower, the ambition, the self-control and that it takes to actually overcome it, you know? And it really sucks because it saps men's willpower. The reality is, when you, especially if you're watching pornography, what happens is your brain literally is responding to that stimulus as if you're fornicating, like procreating with those pixelized women on the screen. And so that's why a lot of guys, they get what's called porn-induced erectile dysfunction. I mean, I have thousands of comments in some of my videos about that from guys all over the world trying to overcome it. Like, it's a real thing, and it's terrible, and it saps a man's willpower. It stops him from being able to go out there and actually get the relationships that he wants, no matter what type of relationships those are. And I think that it's only one major root cause of the widespread depression and other mental issues right now on this planet. A lot of it has to do with instant gratification. Like, we don't have, like, a lot of guys, like, the guys don't have to go out there and talk to women anymore. That's so hard for most guys because they have all these attachments and expectations, and they're like, oh God, like, what if I get rejected? Then I'm gonna explode. Like, fucking retarded, ridiculous, pathetic. But so instead of like going out there and actually overcoming that obstacle, they just spank the monkey all day for the sake of preventing testicular cancer or something pathetic like that. You know, and there's all sorts of other weird justifications that guys use, and like, for example, they say they get uncontrollable urges or something if they go too long without doing it. Like, do you really lack that much discipline that if you don't, you know, spank the monkey on a regular basis, that you have these uncontrollable urges that just overcome you? Like, it's not your emotions or your feelings that come up and consume you like a damn, like, demon or something. It's just you being a weak, pathetic fool. And just like a whole number of things in life, especially in modern society, it's an excuse, it's a justification, it's a defense mechanism, because it makes it easier for you. It's so much easier for people to create these excuses, these justifications, and sugarcoat them as something positive. Like, oh no, I do this for my mental health. Like, sure you do. When in the reality is their life would probably transform into something so much better if they got rid of that bad habit. But they can't overcome it because they first have to let go of the delusions. The delusions that only serve the purpose of preserving their ego. But I'm really glad that I came out of that, and I hope that most people that are watching my channel do as well. I think pornography addiction is also, I think that pornography addiction is probably just another part of people's addiction to scroll for novelty. The internet takes advantage of that. New content, new porn videos, new information, new YouTube videos, new articles. You know, people on YouTube, they'll they'll click watch later on 1,000 videos a day and never watch those videos because they're not actually on YouTube for any particular reason. It's an addiction. And these programmers, they take advantage of it. And so obviously the technology takes advantage of the dopamine system, and that makes it incredibly hard and challenging for guys or for humans in general to, even if you knew that you were addicted, it's hard to overcome because it's methodically constructed to be that way, to be so addictive. But before you can even do that, you got to realize that you have a serious problem. And that requires getting over the delusion. And those delusions only exist, those excuses, those justifications, because you're weak. Because you don't have the strength that it takes to actually get over that problem. That's the only reason those excuses exist. Anyway, I'm going to keep this one short.